Hello and welcome to TPC Townhall. My name is Serge, Pilot Club 6. Thank you for joining. This is an opportunity for us to talk about club updates, to hear exciting announcements, and to announce company perks giveaway winners. So we'll go ahead and get started. Let me talk about the agenda for this meeting. We're going to talk about TPC's participation in this year's Flight Sim Expo. We'll talk a little bit about partnerships. We also have an announcement about helicopter operations group flights. Talk about a special general aviation event in November. Talk a little bit about airplanes and coffee, monthly events. We also going to talk about the new liveries that were released recently, a little bit about the flight school, charters, virtual airline. We'll hear from the developers, our media team. I'll talk about the vacancies for staff, a quick message about pilot competency, and a little bit about donations. So that should be our agenda here. Let's go ahead and get started. Oh, and of course, at the end, we will announce the winners for our company perks giveaway, which is quarterly. All right, so I want to start with the Flight Sim Expo. As you guys know, this year, TPC got invited to participate in Flight Sim Expo as an exhibitor. So we went to Vegas and had a great time there, June 21st through 23rd at Rio Resort in Las Vegas. If you want to check out my post on the blog about the experience, please feel free to do so. But basically, if you're not familiar, Flight Sim Expo is North America's community-driven flight simulation conference. It's organized by Flight Simulation Association, an organization connecting developers, simmers, and real-world pilots to make it easier to get started with home flight simulation. And this year, TPC attended. Myself and my wife, as well as Eric and his fiance, were representing TPC. We had a booth and had about 2,500 people attend the show, which was amazing. And so what did we get out of this? Really, we wanted to promote the Pilot Club within the flight simulation community, to introduce the club to those who didn't know about it, and to offer everything that we have here in the club to the FS Expo attendees. And for me personally, the best part was meeting TPC members at the show. Of course, also talking to the developers, and to have an opportunity to also meet some of our controllers that control our group flights. So I had a chance to talk to VATSIM management, VATSIM controllers, and it was a great time. So and you can tell from the pictures, we've met a bunch of people there. We've hung out. We had a great time, and I look forward to the next year. So the next year, the FS Expo is going to be in Providence, Rhode Island. So we'll go ahead and attend that show, and I hope you guys can make it. Next, I wanted to talk about, well, actually, no, let me talk about some partnerships as well. So from attending the show, we were able to work on some partnerships. I can't talk specifics right now. We always try to bring the best possible experience for the club members, and that includes doing partnerships and sponsorships. So we're working on that, so stay tuned for further announcements. But one of the things that came out of the expo is that we were able to establish a partnership with Hype Performance Group, the developer behind several helicopters, such as Airbus H135, H145, and H160. And with that, we're putting out our helicopter operations group flights, with the first one taking place on August 24th. This flight is sponsored by or presented by the Hype Performance Group, and they will be providing a giveaway for this flight. It will be hosted by Riley. If you guys don't know him, he is a part of our flight school, and he is a former Apache helicopter in real life. So that should be very exciting. So if you guys want to get into helicopters, you'll get a chance to do that with this first group flight on August 24th. And for this month, we have the Discovery flight for helicopters as well. We're kind of putting the focus or the highlight on helicopters a little bit this summer. And so if you want to join this Discovery flight and experience realistic flight simulation, air traffic control communications with us, and learn how to fly helicopters a little bit, please join. It's on the 20th of July. And this one's also hosted by Riley, I believe, together with Mike from the flight school. So that should be good. So that is one of the things there that we were able to work on as far as partnerships. Next thing I'd like to mention is that we are planning a huge, massive general aviation event in November. It will be the General Aviation Appreciation Day. We're working with VAT USA to put this on. It will, I think, end up being Light Up America type of event where every Arctic is going to be on, and the focus will be on general aviation. So I'm working on that with Mike from Virtual USA Flying Club and VAT USA. So stay tuned for more details. And with that, I'm going to turn it over to Mark, who is our host for GA Tuesday, and he'll talk a little bit about our GA program. Mark?
All right, sounds good. Can you guys hear me? All right, cool. So this slide was just me writing down some notes, but it was also um, to just talk about the program for just for those that may not know what we are, what our intentions are. So basically, I host the General Aviation Tuesday event that happens every Tuesday. You can go to the next slide. And the event is basically a weekly group flight that focuses on general aviation aircrafts using VFR. Um, so we focus on single and multi-engine prop planes that go about 100 to 150 knots. We emphasize live weather. We try and use aviationweather.gov whenever we're in the United States. Whenever we do go abroad, we end up using windy.com. But the whole point is to try and make it as real as possible in the simulator. So you can go to the next slide. The channels that we talk or converse is General Aviation Ops. For the event itself, we try and keep all those conversations in that channel, GAT events, screenshots, and the idea box. I wanted to emphasize the idea box because there are a fair number of flights that we've done that were ideas from the members. So if you have a wild idea or just a plain old idea, any idea is good. We want to make sure that the flights that you guys are doing are something that you want to do and not just me telling you guys, hey, we're flying here or we're flying there. So I'm a collaborative fella. So I would love to collaborate. If you guys have any ideas, if you want to do something a little different, let me know, and I'll definitely work with you to try and get it into the program. Next slide. And so the goals that we have for the program is basically to improve our pilotage skills. Part of this is actually pretty selfish on my part because I do want to become a real pilot, but until I get the money for training, I'm using Flight Simulator, the club, and all any opportunity I can to practice flying. So with all the free information that's out there, the club has a school. There's so much free content out there, and uh, the fact that I can flight plan every single week is increasing my skills. So when I get into the plane, I try and make it as real as possible so that it improves my pilotage skills. So we want to improve everyone's pilotage skills. When we definitely want you guys talking on the radio to ATC or to other pilots. I love the CTAF program that VATSIM has going on now, and we also have Unicom and the regular stack that ATC has. So after a while, you become very comfortable with talking to ATC, and it's you really start to, ask them for like help and for like, hey, I don't know where I am. Can you point me to the closest airport? They'll actually do that. And we also want the events to be fun place to hang out. But okay, next one. So one thing how we try to improve the piloted skills is there's a flight plan that we have in each flight. And the idea is that we're talking about the sectional charts or IFR or some other charts that may be available. We have a standard briefing section where the goal is for you to take your electronic flight bag of choice, start with your departure and destination, and then follow instructions and try and see if you can map out the same VFR route that we're doing. The whole point is to have VFR waypoints every 10 to 20 nautical miles. And if you've flown VFR before, you've noticed that 10 nautical miles, looking at 10 nautical miles on the map is not the same as flying 10 nautical miles. It feels a lot further when you're going 100 knots. So sometimes if you're not using your GPS, it's very easy to get lost. So we try to create the briefing as if you're going slant alpha and you don't have anything to look at. So there's always any maps to look at. So it's always some sort of visual reference. So that's the goal, is to try to get you guys comfortable with not using GPS. So we have a weather briefing. We try and keep it as close to real world as we can with the CFR and the AIM. There's lots of information that's there. If you don't know anything, we encourage you guys to talk about it, ask questions in our channels. We are all I think one of the great things I like about the aviation community is everyone just loves sharing. We all want to make sure that you have the same information. Whatever information I have in my head, I also want you to have as well. And there are air we want so when you fly, it's in real life you have to worry about airspace restrictions, and during our virtual flights we also want to keep that in mind. Not everything is enforced, but it is still nice to know that I'm just not willy-nilly flying out there. There are some things that I'm trying to be aware of. All right, next slide. All right, so some of the activities that we have, the first week of the month, we have a U.S. tour that will be, I mean, going on forever, I think, because it's GA. Most of the maximum nautical miles that we can go is roughly 200 nautical miles. I try and keep the flights within an hour and a half to 2 hours. So because of that, the U.S. tour is going to be happening for a while. On the third week of the month, we have a regional tour that we try and do for the entire year. This year, we're working on Alaska. I believe last year we were doing a Caribbean tour, which I found was pretty fun. And some of the other events, we basically have the fly-ins. We are actually trying to simulate real life events that are happening, real life events from AOPA and EAA and other organizations. And we are giving you guys a taste of what it would be like if um, went from your airport to this actual event, because it's actually a lot of fun in real life. And most of the times, the pilots that fly to these events, they're just looking for any old reason to fly. All right, and then again, just wanted to emphasize the idea box. We love the ideas that people have put in there. I think I'm at 100% right now with like all the ideas that have been put in there. I've put them into our schedule. All right, next one. All right. And for the events that we're doing, we basically have like three different formats. It's either a direct flight where it's from A to B and we're doing VFR checkpoints in between. We have the crossfire event where we have the same path, but one set of pilots start from one end and the other set of pilots start from the other end. And there are appropriate altitudes that you should be at. So that makes it a little fun. And then you have your general fly-ins. Next one. Or was that it? Okay, that's it. All right. So back to you, Serge.
Yep, thanks, Mark. Appreciate it. It's really awesome to have a solid J program like this. I think we've pumped up the numbers of participants significantly since the program started a couple of years ago, and now we have lots of people flying. And um, I always recommend for people getting into flight sim to start with GA and not jump directly into airliners and really experience the excitement of flight, excitement of you know VFR navigation and low and slow type of flight. So if you guys are interested in that, please join every Tuesday with our GA program. All right, next I'd like to talk about our airplanes and coffee. This is something that we started a couple of months ago, which used to be initially every Saturday, but we realized it's probably a little too much flying. We already have like so many flights per month. So we've reduced this event to just the first Saturday of the month, and what it is essentially, it is kind of a hang out and fly out, or fly in, or do whatever you want. It's a chance for club members to get together, hang out, drink coffee, talk about airplanes with friends. You can fly out, you can do pattern work at an airport, and of course you can drink some more coffee. So we'll choose the airport every time, every month, a different airport to hang out at, and just do that. So I think it's been fairly successful. I usually try to host these. If I can't, I'll ask somebody to cover for me. I believe Riley covered for me last Saturday, or last airplanes and coffee flight, which was a couple of weeks ago. So just wanted to mention that and highlight that, so that if you guys are interested and you want to make new friends, you want to kind of see who we got in the club, chat with fellow members, that is a great opportunity to do so. All right, next I'm going to highlight our liveries section, which has been growing steadily. Now we have over 54 liveries, including or not including some of the member submitted liveries, but I wanted to highlight a few that just came out. So of course, MD11, we have the retro version, which is very neat. We have the Charters Airline cargo version, also very good. Looks like it's pretty dirty and well used, as it should be, being an older airplane. And of course, we have the regular MD11 Pilot Club livery. We also released our Learjet 35 livery, as well as a few liveries for the 777 that came out by PMGG. So we have the Vet USA edition. Of course, you guys know we are an official VetSim partner and Vet USA partner, so we wanted to show our appreciation for Vet USA, specifically with this special livery that has it's kind of a hybrid. It has the TPC tail and then Vet USA logo up front, so to signify our partnership there. We have the regular 777 edition, which has very cool elements inside the cabin, including some special Easter eggs on the TV screens inside the cabin and things like logos, etc. And then, of course, we have the Charters Airline version of the 777 as well. And if you scroll through, you can find, I was going to say, a lot of just about any aircraft, any popular aircraft that that folks fly. Also, our Phoenix 320 livery just has been updated to their V2 version, so folks can load that up, and it works now. And then we've had some people also submitting their own liveries. If people like to mess with them um, and do the club liveries, we have a section for that. You can submit it. So the recent addition here is the Zebo 737 by TPC 737. We actually, I think, I believe this is the 800, right? So we have another. This is for Explain, by the way. We have another. Yeah, we have the Zebo 737 800 by Rob. This one's by Rob, also a special one, very neat. So you guys can check out different liveries here. James made this very cool add-on. It's a passenger seat passenger for the Kodiak, which was our former flight ops team lead Paul, TPC 25. So that's very cool, and a bunch of other things here. We also have a couple of partner liveries. Of course, you guys know Sky Blue Radio and the corporate pilot dad. So very neat. And then, of course, on the bottom here, this has not been updated for a while, but we have the liveries pack. So this is as of last year, and the VMR vPilot matching file for FS 2020. All right. So that is the liveries section. And next, we're going to go to our flight school. Do we have any flight school representatives here? Doesn't look like it.
I don't know if I'm really a representative or not.
I'm sorry, who's this?
Tyler.
Tyler, how you doing? Yes, I mean if you have anything from the flight school for the club, please do let us know. And by the way, Tyler's you've joined the flight school recently, right?
Yeah, it was about like 2 weeks ago. I want to say
2 weeks. Yeah, and I've seen you do so many sessions already, right? You're full force with it. So, but yeah, if you got anything from the flight school, please do let us know.
Yeah, no, I haven't really had anything. I'm actually very impressed on how you guys are very prepared for all the sessions, if I've worked with you or not, or how even if you aren't in the flight school, and on all these guys I'm talking to, on how much information that they have, that they know and are prepared with. So it's very impressive.
That's awesome. Yeah, and so for those who don't know, our flight school now has the P1 PPL and P2 instrument rating courses. We also have our Flying Essentials course. We have the Helicopter Basics course. Those are standalone, separate courses, but the P1 and P2 are for VATSIM ratings, of course. They're structured after real-world equivalent courses, or very similar to them. And at the end you get a chance to get a P rating and have that be displayed in your profile on VATSIM. So that's very neat. And of course you learn and you become a better flight sim pilot. So that is awesome. And I wanted to mention I think we have don't quote me on this, but about 2,500 people now in the flight school, something like that, which is awesome. And we're getting more instructors, again, like folks like Tyler, who's joined recently, and there are more people joining, so we can have a solid cadre of instructors to provide this training to those who would like to get it. So thank you, Flight School. And next, let me turn it over to our Charters Virtual Airline CEO, James.
Okay, I'm going to share my screen here. Let me know if you see it. There we go. Good. All right. I'm James, TPC 36 CEO of TPC Charters. If you're new and haven't heard of us, TPC Charters is the club's virtual airline, and we use a app called On Air, which allows you to manage your pilot's career, your own company, airlines, all sorts of airplanes, all sorts of information about yourself and your company. It is payware. It is costs about $11 a month if you were to go month by month. They have different options. If you were to go for a year, you're looking at about $4 a month. So it's certainly far less than any add-on aircraft you're looking at adding, but depending on how you pay for it. But it is payware. They do offer a 1-week free trial, which I'll mention again just a little bit later. Inside of TPC charters, we fly. It's not just airlines. We fly all sorts of aircraft, anything from small GA with Cessna 172 up to medium range airliners, long range, heavy. We have 94 FBOs worldwide, uh, mostly based in North America, but spread out across the world. Okay, go to my next slide. Um, Events, different things that we do inside of charters. Usually, we have an event once a quarter. It's usually about a month long event where participants are able to complete jobs by flying flights to different locations across the globe, heavily weighted towards the U.S., but different times we go to different regions, and you get to earn TCP points by completing different flights there. We also have our Top Gun Award, which is something that's given out each month to the pilot who flew the most hours that month. That pilot gets 5,000 TCP points. They get their name listed on the website that you're seeing now, in the Hall of Fame. We also, another activity we have is Coast to Coast, which is for small GA aircraft flying from one side of the US to the other, stopping at different FBO charters, FBOs along the way, making at least 10 stops or 11 legs, something like that. We have a couple of different routes. Again, you can complete this at your own pace. It's not something that needs to be done within a certain time frame. But as pilots complete it, they send us their information, their log of all the places that they went to, and they get awarded points for that as well. Moving on, the best way, if you're interested in joining charters, the best way to get started is to try their 1-week free trial. Start a company, rent, don't buy a plane, rent some small inexpensive plane that you can fly a few jobs, see if you like it. If you like it, it looks like something you might want to do, then come on over and join us in TPC charters. Ahead of time, if you're having trouble along the way, go ahead, ask questions in charters chat, and someone will chime in to help you. But once you've figured out, you think you like it, there's information on how to join in Discord in the charters welcome channel, and also on the TPC website. If you go under more than TPC Charters Airlines, you find the section on with information how to join, videos on how to join, and more and more. So that's the main thing I have to talk to you about. I just want to give you a big shout out to our management team who make everything happen. We have Rob, our FBO manager, Chris, our airline manager, Jan, operations manager, and most of all of the pilots who are flying or have ever flown with us. You're the reason that we're here doing this. Anyone have any questions? Okay, if not, thank you. That's it for me.
Thanks, James. Appreciate it, man. I got to tell you guys, I enjoy flying with TPC charters. All my flights that I do, just about, unless it's a group flight with the club, I do with Charters Airline, and it really does give a purpose for your flights and provides a lot of realism and makes the flights more exciting. So I'll mention the vacancies at the end, but right now let us go to the developers. Do we have anybody from the developers? I think
we do.
Yes, we do. Jonas here. What's up?
Alright, hello everyone. I'll be stepping in for Eric today to give a brief overview of the current tech standpoint of the club. There aren't any major changes, so I'll try to be as quick as possible. We're pretty close to the release of the new Discord bot. So far we have... Let me pull this up. So there's going to be actual emojis when we pull this over to the main server, but we have new buttons for reaction roles and for the symbols as well, and also for onboarding here. We also have converted the sticky message in idea box to be part of Kara, which just gives us more control over it. We have a custom leveling system with XP points built into Kara, and we added support for I can't speak today IATA codes in the meter command, and we also made the quiz answers anonymous. And you can tag the bot tags and awards points to the members that got the question right the following day. We're still aiming to release. We also did a ton of behind the scenes backend changes. We're still aiming to release V3 by July 1st if everything goes to plan. And for the flight crew portal, in the future, we'll be adding a member logbook to track flights. I believe we're currently working on automating events for our flight ops team, a leaderboard page to display levels with the new system, and tools to ease the workload for our training team, and just a ton of other minor features. And we plan to finish these enhancements by the end of the year. We're also working on a minor rewrite of the API, which is less severe than the Discord bot, but we're aiming to finish that by September 15th. To close, TPC is still the leader of technology in regards to VAs, and we intend to keep it that way. And we always welcome ideas for any of our services in the idea box. And with any bugs or questions, feel free to open a dev support ticket. As Serge is probably about to mention, there are also open spots in the development team. So if you have any experience with PHP or JavaScript or TypeScript, reach out to Eric. That's it for me.
Awesome. That's awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Wait, I'm getting an echo here. 1 second. Oh, I think we're good now. Yeah. So the things that the developers have done so far with the Discord and the crew portal, the flight crew portal are just amazing, and it really puts us on the forefront of flight sim communities, and this is just the beginning. We have many more things planned, and as you've just heard from Jonas, some of the cool features, like, I don't know if you missed it, but the quiz, which is pretty cool feature, will be anonymous, so you can't really look at the answers and see how many people guessed whatever answer. It really is going to be on you to test your knowledge, and then the system allows then automatic points distribution for those who got the answers right. So I mean, it's essentially open book test, but it tests your knowledge. It helps you become a better flight sim pilot. So I look forward to that. And then another thing, also in case you missed, that Jonah mentioned, is the new custom leaderboard system. Just FYI, it will not take effect until January. So we are continuing with our current system, so we don't want to disturb anything. I know there's some people trying to get the VIP, trying to get the commuter and frequent flyer roles, so all of that is still good to go. And as you guys know, we do reset the points every year in January, around January 1st, so we'll time it so that the new system takes effect, so it'll be seamless, but that gives us full control and full customization of the implementation of the leaderboard in the club. So again, thank you to the developers. All right, next let's jump to media team, and we have Andrew with an announcement.
So, hello, I am Andrew. I am our Instagram manager and screenshot contest manager as well. Right now, I'm going to dive into a little bit of the behind the scenes of our Instagram and then just kind of go over the basics of our YouTube. Right now, our followers is pretty good. We're getting really good insights with over 7,000 accounts reached within the last 30 days. Most of it being from our FS Expo posts. Shout out to Serge for taking these and posting it. A lot of our stories are our big thing because they are what gives us the ability to connect with our pilots, tell them about what we are about to do, and we have a lot of engagement going on as well with our with the posts because we post almost daily. I know the normal post we do is the screenshot. We take some of our screenshots from our pilots in the club, and we end up posting them here or on our Facebook. Um, and it's really a great thing to kind of connect with our pilots and see what they're loving. Now, with our YouTube, unfortunately, I don't have the behind the scenes for our YouTube, but I'll just tell you the basics. We have 969 subs right now. We are goaling for 1,000. We are so close. All we need is 31. At least once a week, we do our TPC hangar. Usually once a week. But our producer for that right now is on a small break due to family emergencies. And then our founder search goes live multiple times a week with our charters and our explorer flights and stuff we do inside the club. And then the one thing I did want to bring up for our Instagram is we usually do interviews once a month featuring a not so random member of our club. And we get to know how they kind of learn about us, what their involvement in the club is, a little bit about what their information and knowledge on their aviation and any real world experience that they have. And currently, I'm about ready to finish interviewing our staff, which means I will be getting to you the pilots, the the people that are flying daily that are actually real world pilots, like our former Apache pilot. So I'm gonna start messaging some of our actual members of the club and getting to kind of hook up a time that we can sit down and talk to each other
Failure is not an option.
about shit for me. Back to Serge.
Yep, got it. All right, thanks, Andrew. Appreciate it, and thank you for all your efforts. We have a very small media team.
Failure is not an option.
Who did this? Am I doing this? Why is it doing this? We have a small team, but handling public relations and. Hey, can you guys hear me? Something weird going on.
Failure is not an option.
Can everybody hear me?
No.
Confirm.
Trouble.
Out a little bit.
How about now?
You're in and out.
Yeah, something's going on here with Discord.
I think you're good
Well,
now.
failure's not an option.
All right, I think.
Yeah, we got a little bit of a Discord internet problem.
Yeah, it's a Discord issue, really, because you were cutting out at the end as well. Is it better now, guys?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was the last point I made?
Oh, you
Turn
made
it
the
back
point.
to Surge.
Yeah, it was pretty much
Okay, yeah.
back to me. Yep. All good. All right, so thank you. Yeah, it's important for us to publicize the club so we can bring more members in, so we can engage the rest of the flight sim community. So we try to do our best here with Instagram and YouTube. We also have Facebook for those who use Facebook. I understand maybe younger folks are not hip to that, but other folks of older age are still on Facebook. So we do promote on there significantly. All right, let's keep things moving here. I want to talk about vacancies next. So we're right on time. We're almost done. The suffering will end soon. Let me go to staff vacancies page. It's kind of hidden a little bit, but we do look for folks to lead the community here. And so we have this vacancies page. If you're interested, you can go to it and find out what vacancies we have. And of course, I'll mention them here. So we are looking still for flight operations team lead. You can DM me directly about that. I'm kind of covering on that. It is a very important role in the club because everything we do essentially centers around flying, right? Doing group flights, flying together, etc. So it's important to have a good team lead for that. We also have an opening for training operations coordinator. So if you're interested in that, you can hit apply here, and there's some details and requirements. It's actually pretty... oh, okay, it's in the NOTAMs here. Okay, neat. So Elliot posted it in the NOTAM. So here's all the requirements, responsibilities, etc. We have an opening for a flight school instructor as well. You can apply there. And the dev team, as was mentioned before, is also looking for some developers for the club. And then last but not least, TPC Charters Airline is looking for an events manager. And you can DM James directly in Discord for that. So this is our staff vacancies page. The one thing I'll tell you that being on TPC staff is a rich and rewarding experience. And as I look at the list here, we do have quite a few folks here who are on staff. So they won't let me lie. It's exciting to be leading the pilot club. So that is that. All right. Next, I'm gonna briefly talk about donations. Okay, so let me go back to the website. If you go to TPC website and you scroll all the way down, we don't push it. It's not front and center, but it's there. There's a donate button and also QR code. We do appreciate all of the folks who donate to the club financially. We use that money to do club giveaways, to help offset maintaining club infrastructure. And if you go to any of the blog posts, for example, well, on the blog we do thank our donors every month, but on every post, if you scroll down at the very bottom, nope, where is it at? Maybe I picked the one that doesn't have it, huh? Anyways, yeah, maybe on this one, something like that. Let's see. Yep, there's a little box right there where you can click the donate link and set up a one-time donation or a recurring. Or if you're looking at it on the PC and just want to snap a picture of the, or use the QR code, you can do that as well. It's just very simple through PayPal. It does help the club significantly. Because it does cost money to run an organization like this, and again, we're fairly young and we have big plans, so it's just going to be more important to have folks who are willing to donate financially to the club. So before we go to the announcement of the winners of the company perks giveaway for this quarter, I wanted to briefly talk to you guys about pilot competency, and that's something that I try to always once in a while talk to you all about. And essentially what that means is trying to do your best with flying on the network. We have a very good reputation on the network. As a matter of fact, a lot of controllers commend you guys for really knowing what you're doing and flying well and doing all those things. So for those who do that, please continue to do that. If you're struggling with something, we do have the tools for you. So you don't have to struggle. You don't have to be afraid to go on VATSIM, etc. Check out our training hub. We have our flight school there. We have our Flying Essentials course for really those who are starting out. We have our Discovery flights every month. We have our Helicopter Basics courses. And we have a helpful community, right? As you guys know, in Discord, we have a channel We have the pilot training chat, and then we also have the community help forum. So people can ask questions in there, etc. So that's all I'm going to say. Just please help us maintain our good reputation on the network. If you're not ready, you're not ready. You know, if you're just purchasing an aircraft and you want to take it on the network, give it a couple of flights. You know, get used to the aircraft. The number one thing that controllers have complained about just VATSIM pilots in general is that they don't know. A lot of them don't know how to properly operate their aircraft. That should be your number one thing, right? When we take the aircraft on the network, you should know how to operate that aircraft, or at least have a pretty good idea. And then, of course, the phraseology and all those types of things, the fundamentals have to be there. Some of the situations you may not encounter, and you may encounter those later, and then you may struggle a little bit with that, and that's okay. I'm not saying that you have to be perfect, unless you're James.
Or Mark.
Yeah, but you get what I'm getting at. So be primo, do the right thing, and use the tools that we have in the club there to learn, and become a better flight sim pilot. Okie dokie. All right, I'm going to put this here on the screen. So this is our TPC Company Perks program. So we have a bot that runs this essentially for us. So we ran it this morning, and I'm just going to go ahead and come out. We got 9 minutes remaining. We're perfectly good on time to complete this thing within an hour. So I'll announce the winners now, and the prizes as well. I guess it's been a bit of a mystery here. So they're kind of simple. This quarter we wanted to keep it simple. The main prize is $100 TPC gift card. Essentially, it's a $100 that you can use, hopefully for flight sim, right? Something that you can get. Then we also have our TPC FS Expo exclusive swag pack, which contains a bottle opener, a lanyard, and something else. I can't remember what else. But anyways, 3 items there. Then we also have a winner for TPC t-shirt and a TPC mug. So four winners. So let me go ahead and announce those. All right, I'll start from TPC t-shirt goes to Jason. That's Jason, TPC 1989er. Congratulations. All right, TPC mug goes to Dylan, and that's Dylan 1496. Yay, congrats.
Yay.
Yay. Yeah, I think
Jelly.
Dylan's in VC right now. Yep. So, all right, awesome. The next one, the TPC FS Expo exclusive swag pack goes to Liam. I believe Liam is our Top Gun this month for TPC Charter. So congratulations. TPC FS Expo exclusive swag pack goes to Liam. Oh, Liam's call sign is TPC 1589. All right, and the winner of the main prize, which is $100 TPC gift card, is Ryder, November 5271 November. Congratulations.
Yay, congratulations.
Yay. All right. All this information will be posted in about 8 minutes on the blog. It's scheduled, so in case you missed it. And also, the video for this town hall will be posted on TPC YouTube later this week. I want to close my portion here by, again, thanking you guys for being a part of TPC. I also wanted to recognize and thank our staff who are working really hard to make this club what it is, to make it a place for flight sim enthusiasts to thrive. And I'm really proud and happy to be in the club with you guys, both staff and just regular members. I enjoy it, and I hope others do as well. So with that, that concludes our official portion. Look at that. We're within 5 minutes of an hour, so we're good. If y'all want to continue to hang out and chat and do whatever, please feel free to do so. But this concludes our town hall. Thank
Oh, I missed it.
you. Well, there'll be a recording.